From Struggles to Strength. One girl's experience overcoming learning disabilities. Chapter 1. A familiar struggle begins. It was the first day of 4th grade and Jasmine woke up feeling nervous butterflies in her stomach. As she got dressed and had breakfast, she thought about all the new lessons and classmates she would meet today. When the bus dropped her off at school, she took a deep breath and walked inside. Her first class was math with Ms. Wilson. Jasmine found her seat and took out her pencil, but she was having trouble focusing on the teacher's introductions. Her mind kept replaying all the struggles she had faced in previous years. Sure enough, as soon as the worksheets were passed out, Jasmine got stuck. The word problems made no sense and the numbers seemed to jump around on the page. By the time the bell rang for recess, she had only answered 2 questions while the others had finished half the page. Chapter 2. Falling further behind. Over the next few weeks, Jasmine continued to fall behind in math class. No matter how hard she studied or did extra practice problems at home, concepts like fractions and decimals were just not clicking for her. Her parents tried talking to Ms. Wilson, who assured them she was doing her best to give Jasmine individual attention, but the large class size made that difficult. Jasmine began feeling overwhelmed and down on herself. One morning, she woke up with a pounding headache. Her mom realized the stress was taking a physical toll. That's when they decided tutoring might help. Jasmine was nervous about looking dumb in front of another teacher, but to her relief, Mr. Lee was extremely patient and supportive. Chapter 3. Finding the right support. With twice-weekly tutoring sessions, Jasmine slowly started making progress. Mr. Lee broke concepts down into tiny steps and used fun examples to explain ideas in a way that made sense. Instead of feeling behind, she began to feel proud of her accomplishments. Back in class, Ms. Wilson also noticed an improvement. On the next math test, Jasmine scored higher than ever before. Seeing the results of her hard work gave Jasmine motivation to keep pushing forward despite the challenges. While learning difficulties were still a daily struggle, with perseverance and support from caring teachers and her family, Jasmine was finding her way. She looked forward to continuing her education and showing that with the right strategies, anyone can succeed. Chapter 4. A new challenge arises. With tutoring helping her make strides in math, Jasmine started the new year feeling more confident. But in her 5th grade class, a bigger challenge arose: reading comprehension. The novels and passages they read were longer, with more complex vocabulary. Jasmine found herself following along, then realizing she had no idea what just happened. Frustration set in as she struggled through assignments. Ms. Green, her teacher, suggested trying audiobooks. At first Jasmine was embarrassed using a baby tool, but soon she found listening along actually helped her focus better. She could visualize the story while hearing pronunciations. Chapter 5. Preparing for what's ahead. By mid-year, Jasmine's reading level had improved thanks to audiobooks. But a new worry emerged: the state standardized tests approaching. She remembered the anxiety of previous years, worrying she would fail. Her parents reassured her that the tests didn't define her, but Jasmine still wanted to do her best. Ms. Green set up one-on-one test prep sessions. They reviewed strategies for navigating different question types and managing time stresses. On test day, Jasmine took deep breaths between sections. Weeks later, the results came back. To her surprise, Jasmine had scored higher than the year before. Seeing progress in her accomplishments lifted her spirits. She was proud of how far she'd come in addressing her learning challenges. Chapter 6. Navigating middle school. As Jasmine entered middle school, new adjustments were needed. Classes rotated and the workload increased significantly. She found herself struggling to keep up, especially with having to remember the combination lock for her locker. Her parents noticed her stress rising again and worry she might withdraw. They suggested meeting with the school learning specialist, Ms. Chun. After assessing Jasmine's strengths and weaknesses, Ms. Chun created an individualized education plan. It provided extra time on tests, note-taking assistance, and regular check-ins for support. The plan made a big difference in helping Jasmine stay organized and ask questions before falling behind. Her confidence started to recover. Chapter 7. Discovering her passion. In 7th grade, a turning point came when Jasmine joined the school science club. The relaxed environment allowed her natural curiosity to shine through without performance pressure. The club advisor, Mr. Singh, recognized Jasmine's passion and encouraged her talents. With his guidance, she helped plan their annual science fair project. On the night of the event, Jasmine proudly presented their experiment and findings to the school. Seeing her excitement for science sparked an idea in Ms. Chun. She suggested Jasmine entering the state science competition. With extra practice, Jasmine competed and won an award for her creativity. Realizing her abilities went beyond academics built Jasmine's self-esteem. Facing challenges throughout school had helped her find her strengths. Chapter 8. Committing to challenges. In high school, Jasmine decided to take advanced placement classes knowing the heavier workload would be difficult. She met with her learning specialist to create a detailed support plan. It included recorded lectures, homework assistance from peers, and scheduled review sessions with teachers. Jasmine also continued volunteering at the middle school science club, which helped boost her confidence. But keeping up with advanced work took immense effort. There were times she felt overwhelmed and considered quitting. Her parents and Ms. Chun encouraged her to push through obstacles instead of giving up easily. Gradually, with determination and accommodations, Jasmine adapted to the rigorous learning environment. She realized facing hard challenges helped her grow. Chapter 9. Accepting what's to come. Jasmine's hard work paid off when acceptance letters started arriving from colleges. She got into her top choice, a university with many support resources for students with learning disabilities. As moving day approached, Jasmine felt both excited and nervous. Leaving behind years of stability was bittersweet, but she was ready for new independence. Ms. Chun hosted a farewell party where past teachers shared how much Jasmine inspired them. Hearing their belief in her future filled Jasmine with pride in her journey overcoming struggles. She knew in college she would continue facing difficulties through advocacy and accommodations. But Jasmine was determined to challenge herself while following her dreams, and to show others what can be achieved through resilience. Chapter 10. The transition to college life. Jasmine's first semester of college brought new adjustments. Managing her time without structured reminders was difficult. She struggled during exams even with extra time accommodations. Feelings of being overwhelmed led to late nights crying on the phone to her parents. They reassured her these challenges were normal and to use campus resources. Jasmine met with disability services who connected her to study groups and note-takers. Following their recommendations, her organization improved. However, a chemistry midterm left Jasmine sure she'd failed. To her surprise, her grade was a B-. Realizing accommodations helped level the playing field boosted her spirit. Chapter 11. Embracing what she learned. Junior year, Jasmine declared a neuroscience major after finding her niche in the subject. However, the workload demanded sharp focus. She fell into old anxieties noticing classmates finished assignments more quickly. Disability services connected her with an upperclassman mentor in the same program. Lucas shared his own learning struggles. Under his guidance, Jasmine learned effective study strategies like taking short breaks and rewriting notes in her own words. Her grades rose as she embraced accommodations instead of feeling ashamed. Jasmine volunteered at the campus tutoring center, helping others facing challenges. Chapter 12. Following her dreams. In her senior capstone research project, Jasmine examined learning disabilities from a neurobiological lens. She interviewed experts and individuals who overcame obstacles. Her findings demonstrated the adaptive potential of the brain when provided proper support. Jasmine presented at neuroscience conferences, discussing the importance of inclusive education and advocacy. Accepted to a PhD program, Jasmine knew she would always face difficulties due to her disability. However, through resilience and community aid, she had built strength and purpose from her experiences. She was determined to help others do the same. Epilogue. How far she has come. 10 years had passed since graduating with her PhD. Jasmine was now a neuroscience professor specializing in learning disabilities. She balanced her research responsibilities with advocating for policy reform through speaking engagements and committees. Jasmine mentored undergraduate students facing similar challenges to help guide them. In her personal life, Jasmine enjoyed family dinners with her husband and young daughter. Reading bedtime stories, she kept an eye out for any signs her child may need extra learning support someday. Jasmine made sure to stay in touch with those who supported her journey like Miss Chun. Their regular coffee catch-ups grounded her as she reflected on the obstacles overcome. While Jasmine's challenges were ongoing, she adapted well through accommodations and perseverance. She hoped sharing her story inspired others facing adversity in education. Jasmine was living proof that with the right resources, anyone can achieve their dreams and make a difference in the world. Where there were once doubts, Jasmine felt proud confidence in herself and pride in how far she had come. She looked forward to continuing advocating so others with learning disabilities might experience the same empowerment through education. Her story was a testament to the power of resilience.